This is the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast, episode 234.
I program my own computer.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. We have the technology. The technology.
Why, hello, everybody. This is Adam Silver, the host of the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, upcoming events. We have a whole bunch of WordCamps and a class coming up. WordCamp Minneapolis is in St. Paul, August 23rd, 4th, and 5th. It's a 3-day camp. WordCamp Mexico City, August 24th. WordCamp Omaha, August 25th. What else? WordCamp Guadalajara, also on August 25th, and WordCamp iloilo. I believe it's iloilo. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that, but it's August 25th. It's in the Philippines. So if you're in those areas, you should definitely go and check those out. I'm not going to any of those. I was going to try to pop into Minneapolis, but it's the weekend of a high school reunion for me and my wife's birthday and the first weekend of school. Like the first day of school starts on the 27th, so I'm not going to be traveling anywhere that weekend. So, and with that said, also upcoming events is my wife's birthday on the 26th. So happy birthday to my loving and adorable wife. Okay. Also, a course is coming up. I'm teaching the WordPress Essentials course once again. It's going to be September 12th, and you can get all the information there over at wpe.kitchensinkwp.com. I'll put a link in the show notes. Early bird pricing ends at the end of the month, so you can save like $45 if you register early, and space is limited. I only do about 12 to 13 seats there just because of my own personal bandwidth. Okay. Oh, and the time you're hearing this podcast, I have just returned from WordCamp Asheville, recording a little early because I'm going to be gone over this weekend, or this past weekend. Anyway, I'm sure I had a great time, and I'm sure I went to a fantastic talk by my friend Alyssa. She knocked it out of the park. I just want to give her a shout out because I know she will. And I gave her the topic title. So it's about faking it. Anyway, so there you go. If you were at Asheville and we met, it was great meeting you. If I knew you already, it was good seeing you again. Okay, moving on. Segment 1 in the news. Two things here. FreshBooks has released an hourly rate resource for creative freelancers in all the major cities. And I do use FreshBooks, and I'm a fan. And this is a heck of a blog post. I'll put a link in the show notes as well. I've referenced FreshBooks a lot in the past when it comes to hourly versus value-based pricing. And this is a breakdown of creatives from graphic designers, illustrators, interior designers, marketers, writers, editors, web designers, photographers. And it really does break it down into how much people make and charge average salary in the U.S. versus FreshBooks customers. That's how they balanced it, because I believe FreshBooks is a firm believer that you get paid more and faster if you use their service. I mean, I use their service, so I can't fault them for using them as a metric. So I'm fairly confident they know what they're talking about when it comes to these metrics. Anyway, so for example, here's an hourly fee. Graphic designer, average U.S. salary, $20 an hour. Those who use FreshBooks are making $61 an hour. A marketer, $30 an hour. FreshBooks user, $75. There's a lot more to this post. I mean, there's a lot of some diagrams, some great stats. So check it out. It'll be a link in the show notes as well. So check that out. And what else is going on? Oh, yeah. Also, Yoast SEO 8 is going to be coming out here. Gutenberg. It's going to have Gutenberg Sidebar integration and a revamped editor for Meta. I'm not a huge Yoast user. I mean, it gets installed on the sites we build, but I'm not the SEO guy. I have someone for that. So check that out. Be a link in the show notes as well, but if you are using SEO. So real quick, if you're using Gutenberg plugin already, you'll see when you update Yoast SEO, 2 meta boxes, one below your post and one in the sidebar. It's not a bug. It's a first move to a feature where you can choose between showing one of two. If you don't run Gutenberg, you won't see this. So simple as that. So link in the show notes there as well. Definitely check that out. And is that it in the news? I believe so. Yes, that's it for the news. All right, moving on to the meat and potatoes. This week's episode is a Q&A episode. It's been a while, so we're going to answer some questions. I have 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. Well, 3 questions and a comment. First question is from Joey from Singapore. And he says, today I'd like to ask you a question about WordPress theme building. I'm wondering whether I need a paid license for using scripts like FancyBox if I'm submitting a free theme. Probably no for free themes, but on the contrary, if I'm selling a premium theme, do I pay for the scripts? Unless they're free for commercial use. So it's a good question. It comes down to the ethics and, of course, legal issues. I'm not a lawyer. Joey. So just as a caveat, yeah, I'm going to say this. If you're using licensed scripts like FancyBox for a premium theme that you're going to sell, make money on, yes, you need to own the license for that. And this reminds me of when Headway was being forked into the theme called Blocks, BLOX, which I believe is no longer even being made. There were some issues with some of the code, the JavaScript, I believe, that the new developer was using, had to rewrite some of their own because the ones that were used in the original Headway were owned by the Headway team. And there was no way to get the licensing from that to transfer across as a fork of the software, of the theme itself. So, yeah, if you're giving away a premium theme, so you also ask, unless they're using free for commercial use, yeah, I think your best off is, yes, when in doubt, for sure, pay for the license of something you're going to use, especially when it comes to making money. So if it's free, it's still a maybe. I think you still need to read the terms and conditions of the license usage rules, meaning like if you're going to make a theme for free, give it away, but it's using FancyBox, I don't know, honestly. You'd have to read the rules for FancyBox, for example. You use that since you gave that. Also, he wrote, by the way, I'm also using Tumblr. I'm a Tumblr user and now building Tumblr themes for submission to make Tumblr great again. Well, that's awesome. I love the reference there. It's funny, but not funny. You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you for the question, Joey from Singapore. Do appreciate that. If anyone else has feedback on that, by all means, let me know or leave a comment in the show notes. So over there on this podcast episode. All right, this one is sent in by Axel Foley, which I don't think is a real name because, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's somebody from Beverly Hills Cop. Somebody might know that. I used to love that movie and I love that Axel F soundtrack. Anyway, the question is, what should I do when a client is asking for tech support that isn't WordPress related? I.e., we start off with WordPress questions and training and whatnot, but now they ask questions like, hey, my printer doesn't work. It's kind of a funny question. The best answer that I have for you is this on Axel. That's your real name. You need to state this exact thing. You hired me to do the job, not this job. You know, you need to be very focused and very clear on what it is that you offer support for, because otherwise, trust me, I've been down this road many times. You will do things that you're like, yeah, you're getting paid for it. You're getting paid well, potentially, but that's not what you do. You're not here to be a printer, internet, teaching them Microsoft Word consultant. You're here to be a WordPress specialist. So I would keep that in mind. Just be, you know what, dear Jane Doe, dear John Smith, you hired me to do a job, but not this job, and just leave it at that. And if they can't handle that, then, well, you need to move on. All right, this question is sent in from Amanda. This one is, I'm thinking of creating a digital service product, and I'm curious to know if I should use my own affiliates to help sell the product. Also, how is that done? Great question. So this one, yeah, if you have an audience, definitely set up affiliates. I would recommend Affiliate WP. That's what I used to use at least on Concierge WP when someone would refer my services there. The issue I had with it most recently is that it's connected to a sale, right? In my case, you can no longer just sign up and pay on that site. You have to kind of go through a form, so it'll be a manual process, which is fine. But yeah, I would do it. If you have an audience, if you have people referring you often, then sure, why not? So Affiliate WP is what I would recommend. It's over by Sandhills Development, Pippin's Plugins. They're the team behind that. You give away a percentage, either a flat rate or percentage of the sale, a one-time or ongoing. It's up to you. It's really simple to set up, so definitely check that out. There you go. I think that may help you. And last comment here is actually by Jamie. Jamie left a comment, said, so I finally tried out Gutenberg, and I don't understand it. If I want to type a blog post that has subheadings and stuff, each one has to be a separate block. There's just no way to write a continuous piece of copy. Might be more flexible for layout, but a major step back in terms of actually publishing content. And so it's not a question, it's a statement. And I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, I mentioned a couple episodes back about when I tried Gutenberg with KitchensinkWP, I copied and pasted, and everything became a separate block. And initially, not the best way from my workflow to manage Gutenberg. So I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, Jamie. I'm not sure if Jamie is a male or female. So it's one of those things that if what we know right now, it's still in beta. What we're used to in WordPress and the current editor is that single block of text. We'll see. Maybe there'll be some add-ons or some updates or changes with that coming down the road when it releases with WordPress version 5.0. But for right now, I know exactly what you mean, and it's awkward at times. Yes, I totally agree. But I think it's also a control issue where you can control each block separately for color, font, styling, placement, etc. So like you said, interesting for layout, but backwards in publishing. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Any other questions or comments? Nope, that's it. So if you have a question or comment, by all means, I'll jump ahead real quick. Let me know. Email me, adam@kitchensinkwp.com for a future Q&A episode. Moving on to key segment 3, the tip and tool of the week. This week, this is cool, by the way. The team over at PixelJar has released a plugin. It's called ClickRanger Pro. I actually spoke to Jeff Zinn from PixelJar back on episode 46. It's been a long time. And ClickRanger Pro is a paid plugin. I have no connection to this whatsoever, but it helps you track and set up Google Analytics on certain actions of your website. There's a video you can watch to see how it works. It's really cool, very neat. The purchase price, let's see, single price is for one site, $59 a year, unlimited, $111, lifetime, $336. They're on sale right now, so definitely keep that in mind. I guess they're knocking some percentages off. Normally like 80, 150, 450. But check that out. It's over at clickrangerpro.com. I watched the video. I'm really interested in this because this will make tracking certain things, clicks, actions, super simple for setting up analytics, because it can be kind of overwhelming at times. So check that out. Cool to them. On the bottom, I noticed this on the bottom of their page, it says 25% off purchase of any level with launch 25 until June 30th. Well, I'm recording this in the middle of August, so that code probably doesn't work. Anyway, maybe they need to fix that. So there you go. So clickrangerpro.com. Check that out. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. If you have any questions, go ahead and send it in via email, adam@kitchensinkwp.com, or use a SpeakPipe functionality of the website. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right, bye-bye.